Have you ever been asked about your strengths and weaknesses? What do we really mean with weakness and why we should change that conversation with ourselves and others? Aloha, everyone, and welcome to your podcast for Joyful Serenity. My name is Pia, and I am grateful to be a part of your journey in becoming. This episode really means so much to me because it's been a very personal journey with this topic. So, what I want to start this episode with is just a little review on my own experience with strengths and weaknesses. I don't know how about you, but from the time I was very young in school, high school, graduated, and so on, I can't think of a situation where when I got asked about my strengths or what I thought my strengths and my weaknesses were, that there was any other word for weakness. And I've experienced that in school, like I said, or maybe even in job interviews, or even when somebody supervised me on something that I did, maybe classes I taught. It was always the question of, what do you think was your strength and what was your weakness? And reflecting now on my life so far, I found out that this is absolutely not the kind of conversation that helps the person in the situation being supervised, being supported, maybe receiving feedback about something they did that I find very helpful and encouraging. Why is that? First of all, I made the experience that talking about strengths is, for a lot of us, a huge challenge. Sometimes, especially women I work with, and myself included, think about when they talk about their strengths, this is some kind of bragging or ego that's happening right there. But actually, it's not. And why is it so difficult for us sometimes to just say, oh, well, I did that really good. I was on beat. The way I entertained everyone was really great, I think. The way I presented the material. Instead, we beat ourselves up before even thinking about what we did really well. We think about all the things that we did wrong in our thoughts, are not good enough. And this is something I'm really interested in, like how do these things work? And what I found out now, being a life purpose coach and also psychological counselor, a mentor, a healer, there are so many beliefs that got implanted when we were really young. And of course, we also orientate ourselves on the people we spend time with the most, be it our family, be it our friends. And although I had good friends and also very strong mom, I love you, you know, and a very strong mom, very self-conscious mom, still this feeling of not being good enough would be something that would shape the way I got older and I grew up with. I feel that there is a point in my life where I decided to flip the script, where I decided to just be who I am and be proud of myself and acknowledge my work and what I have accomplished. And where I would also start to reflect on those things rather than just beating myself up if I would deliver something and somebody else would give me feedback. I would reflect on what I did and what I did really good, and then think about of something that I want to improve for the future. And the reason I am sharing this episode and why this episode happened is because of a beautiful talk I had with a woman I was honored to work with as a mentor, as her mentor. And we have been working together very close. And she is achieving so many great things, personally and professionally. And I'm very, very happy that she is in my life and that I got the chance to work with her. And this is why this topic popped up, talking about strengths and opportunities, rather than talking about strengths and weaknesses. So maybe you have a situation yourself where you got feedback from somebody around you, maybe family or friends, maybe some colleagues, somebody who is in a position to judge whatever you're doing and giving you feedback professionally. Just reflect for a moment. Are you also in the first moment thinking about, oh my God, what have I messed up? I didn't do this right. I didn't do this right. I could have done better. And then I want to invite you to look back and first of all, acknowledge that you showed up. You did the best you could in that situation. And even if it's now, when you're reflecting on it, not what you wanted it to be, you still showed up. You were brave enough to say something, to do something. You were brave enough to make yourself and show yourself vulnerable. And this alone is a true act of courage. The only thing that can come out of this is growth. Somebody said to me once, I tried to translate it into English, either you win or you learn. And I thought this was really, really a strong one for me that really resonated with me, because I love to win and I love to do things very good because I strive for beauty and quality. And this is something I changed in my mind too. I used to tell people that I was a perfectionist. Now, I would rather think of me as being someone who likes good things, who likes beauty in things and quality in things. So in myself too. So I'm striving for quality, not for perfection. Next time you have a situation where you think about your strengths and weaknesses, or somebody asks you about this, I would love for you to remember this episode. And first of all, think about your strengths. No matter how loud the voices in your head are telling you, oh, this went wrong and this was not good and this and that, find at least 3 things that you really liked about yourself in that situation. Be it your voice, be it an example that you gave, be it your posture, whatever it is, find 3 things: your smile, your energy, your positive approach, you asking questions, you interacting with someone, whatever it is, find 3 things that you really liked. And then instead of thinking about your weakness, because what is weakness? Weakness isn't necessary the only opportunity, weakness isn't necessarily the opposite of strength. There are other words that maybe hit a different spot in your consciousness and also in your subconscious. So when you think about this, try to really flip the script, and instead of thinking about weaknesses, think about opportunities. What opportunities do you see for yourself in the future? What challenges did you have? What do you want to improve? I can promise you that just changing the approach and your way of thinking about strengths and opportunities instead of weakness, and also talking to your strengths first, will have a huge impact on your life, on your self-esteem, on your confidence, and also in truly and authentically being yourself and accepting yourself with all the beauty, with all the stories that are part of your beautiful soul. It is your decision, and maybe you want to decide to be a little more gentle to yourself. Love your strengths and acknowledge your room for growth. How about we're celebrating our strengths and we build our opportunities? I hope this episode brought you joy, love, and compassion for yourself. Maybe some inspiration that you can take away into your daily life. And if you think and feel that this episode served you well and it inspired you, I would love for you to share it with a friend that maybe really needs to hear this right now. You can also tag me on Instagram at PiaVictoria1 or Victorious Visions 2018. I will put it into the show notes. And I would love to hear your thoughts. If you like, write me a review on Apple Podcasts. And I hear you next time.